My name is Eric Oliver, and I'm going to get a chance to talk twice at the convention. A short talk called Reframing Weaknesses to Strengths, and the second one, a little longer, called Reframing Tort Reform Jurors. One of the things in the first talk about reframing weaknesses to strengths that I think will be a little bit different for most folks is changing the way that they're approaching landmines in the case. Most people take landmines for granted as an inherent weakness that has, some degree of danger for them and for their client. But there are other ways of dealing with landmines that don't require an automatic staying up late at night worrying about it and trying to figure out the best answer. The other thing that we can do is to make sure that people leave with an approach that doesn't necessarily require a direct answer at all. In other words, how to sort through the weaknesses of your case so that you know which ones you can answer directly or must answer directly, and better, which ones can be handled indirectly. One of the best ways of doing that is to approach it by sequencing all of the strong points of your story as well as they can be sequenced, and then embedding the weakness inside of it. Once you've got the strong points of the story sequenced so that each of the strengths facilitate one another, precipitate one another, build on bootstrap each other, then you can stick a weakness inside that sequence where it belongs inside your story, and actually take what would be objectively a weak point in the case, or would be objectively a weak point based on all the focus groups you've done, and turn it into an actual story strength simply by knowing where it goes in the sequence and how to sequence your strengths so that they're most effective. The benefit of doing that, and the examples I'll use while I'm there, can be pretty remarkable. We're going to use a couple of examples there, one from a car wreck case where one of the standard landmines that a lot of people confront is a photograph that shows major damage to the car. Most photographs in most plaintiffs' cases, when it comes to a car wreck or a truck wreck or a car versus train, is always the photographs. The photographs are always a landmine one way or the other. Either there's not enough damage visible on the car so everybody thinks nobody could be hurt, or there's so much damage on the car, as it was in this case, that everybody thinks your guy was going so fast it's all his fault. The second example we're going to use will be from a products case, and that has to do with another standard area of landmine that many, many, many people confront in lots of different kinds of cases, not just products cases. And that's the role of the person who's using the product, who bought the product, and how people want to defer or shunt responsibility over to them, how to turn that particular weakness into a strength as well. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. I'm speaking early on Saturday morning and then in the middle of the afternoon. So hopefully I'll get a chance to see a number of people more than once while I'm there.